Welcome back to K-Drama Cycle, where stories of love, loyalty, and destiny come alive. Today, we dive into one of the most heartwarming stories that has captured fans' hearts for years, the story of Park Bo-gum and Kim Yoo-jung. It's not just a tale of fame or romance, but one of two people who, through the highs and lows of showbiz, found something far more precious, a family in each other. It all began on the set of Love in the Moonlight, the historical drama that turned both of them into household names. On screen, their chemistry was undeniable, tender, warm, and so natural that viewers could almost believe they were truly in love. But behind the cameras, something even deeper was forming, a friendship built on trust, care, and quiet understanding. Bo-gum, known for his gentlemanly aura and deep emotional intelligence, often looked after Yoo-jung like an older brother. At that time, she was still transitioning from her image as a child actress into a leading lady, a phase filled with both excitement and uncertainty. Bo-gum noticed how hard she worked, often staying late to rehearse lines or perfect emotional scenes. He would stay back too, not because he had to, but because he wanted her to know she wasn't alone. Their bond quickly became one of genuine care. Yoo-jung once mentioned in an interview how she admired Bo-gum's sincerity, the way he treated everyone equally, no matter their status. Meanwhile, Bo-gum often said that Yoo-jung's bright personality brought a kind of warmth that reminded him of home. It was as if fate brought them together not just as co-actors, but as two souls who needed each other in ways words couldn't explain. As years went by, they continued to support one another, quietly and gracefully. While fans shipped them as a romantic pair, those who looked deeper saw something purer, two people who had become each other's emotional family. When Yoo-jung faced health challenges a few years later and took a break from acting, Bo-gum reportedly reached out privately to check in on her. He didn't make it public, that's not who he is. But people close to them said he made sure she knew she was cared for and never forgotten. When Bo-gum enlisted for military service, Yoo-jung showed her support in her own quiet way. She didn't post or make a public statement, but she was seen attending an event where his fan projects were being celebrated. Fans couldn't help but notice the gentle smile on her face whenever his name came up. To them, it was clear the bond between them was still very much alive. What makes their connection so unique is that it goes beyond the usual industry friendship. They've become each other's safe space, a place to return to when the spotlight fades and real life begins. Bo-gum, who lost his mother when he was young, often found comfort in people who showed him genuine kindness. And Yoo-jung, who grew up in the industry from such a young age, found in Bo-gum a sense of stability, someone who listened, encouraged, and never judged. Over the years, fans have spotted subtle gestures, small things that speak volumes. During award shows, they exchange knowing smiles. When one's name is mentioned in an interview, the other's expression softens instantly. They may not see each other often, but when they do, it's like time never passed. That's what family feels like: effortless connection, unconditional support, and understanding that doesn't need to be spoken aloud. In recent times, both stars have been busy with new projects. Bo-gum, after completing his military service, returned with a more mature and grounded energy. He's taken on roles that challenge his depth as an actor while continuing to radiate that calm, humble presence fans adore. Yoo-jung, too, has evolved into a confident woman with grace and wisdom beyond her years. Her recent performances show a depth of emotion that only experience can bring. Interestingly, during Bo-gum's fan meet this year, when asked about what family means to him, he paused before answering. He said, "Family isn't just who you're born with. It's the people who stand beside you when you need strength." Those words instantly reminded fans of Yoo-jung, the girl who once stood by him on screen and continues to do so off-screen in her quiet, steadfast way. There have even been whispers among industry insiders that they still meet privately whenever their schedules align. Not as celebrities, but as friends who share laughter, advice, and sometimes even meals with their families. Bo-gum's close friends have mentioned that Yoo-jung is one of the few people who truly understands him beyond fame. And Yoo-jung herself once described Bo-gum as someone who feels like family, someone who brings peace. Their story is a reminder that family isn't just about bloodlines or shared names. It's about shared hearts, about finding someone who stands with you through every phase of life. Bo-gum and Yoo-jung's bond has weathered rumors, distance, and time. Yet, It remains unbroken, stronger than ever, a quiet testament to the kind of love that doesn't need to be declared to be real. Fans have often said that if destiny ever decides to bring them together in another drama or project, it would feel like a reunion of the heart. But even if that day never comes, what they share already feels complete. It's love in its purest form, a love that transcends romance and finds home in connection. Perhaps that's why people continue to be drawn to their story. Because in a world where fame can fade and relationships change, Bo Gum and Yoo Jung remind us of something timeless, that the greatest kind of love is one that becomes family. And as they both continue to write new chapters in their lives, fans will always remember the magic of that bond, the quiet smiles, the unspoken care, and the family they found in each other. Maybe it's not about whether they end up together as lovers, but about how they've already found something far more enduring, a forever kind of understanding. So whether they call each other friends, family, or simply kindred spirits, one thing remains certain. Park Bo Gum and Kim Yoo Jung's story will always be one of warmth, faith, and love that transcends words. A reminder that sometimes family is the person who sees you, believes in you, and stays, no matter how much time passes. This is the family they found in each other, and it might just be the most beautiful chapter of all. Time passed, but their story continued quietly, like a melody that never really ended. Even when both stars went their separate ways in projects, the invisible bond between Park Bo Gum and Kim Yoo Jung remained. It wasn't about constant communication or public appearances together. It was about trust, loyalty, and genuine care that didn't need validation. When Park Bo Gum started filming his new variety projects after discharge, fans noticed subtle signs that Yoo Jung might have shown support behind the scenes. A small coffee truck that appeared at one of his sets carried a note that simply said, "Proud of you, always." The handwriting, delicate and familiar, reminded fans of Yoo Jung's past fan notes. Though neither of them confirmed it, that single gesture sparked warmth across social media because it was exactly the kind of quiet encouragement they'd always given each other. Meanwhile, Yoo Jung faced a new challenge in her career, portraying deeper, more mature emotions in her latest drama. She shared in an interview how she drew inspiration from people who taught her kindness and perseverance. Many fans couldn't help but connect those words to Bo Gum, who has always been her silent supporter. She said, "When I feel lost, I think of the people who believed in me when I couldn't believe in myself." For many viewers, that statement spoke louder than any rumor ever could. Bo Gum's kindness, his ability to see good in others, had clearly left a mark on her heart. And Yoo Jung's strength and optimism had, in return, reminded Bo Gum what it means to heal and move forward. They became, in many ways, the anchor each other needed in a world where fame can feel lonely and unstable. Insiders have often described their dynamic as something close to a chosen family. Even their families seem to share mutual warmth. Bo Gum once invited several close friends, including Yoo Jung, to a private family dinner after his military service. Those who were present described it as an evening filled with laughter, music, and simple happiness. No cameras, no pressure, just people enjoying being together. Yoo Jung reportedly bonded easily with Bo Gum's sister, and fans noticed photos of similar home-style dishes posted on both of their social accounts around the same period. It's these small, almost invisible threads that tell the real story. A bond so authentic that it doesn't need to be shouted from rooftops. Instead, it breathes quietly, through gestures, memories, and the comfort of knowing someone truly understands you. Their relationship also highlights something rare in showbiz: emotional maturity. Instead of feeding public speculation, they let their actions speak for them. Bo Gum once said in a fan Q&A, "Real relationships don't need proof, they need peace." Those words resonated deeply with Yoo Jung's own belief that the most beautiful connections grow in silence. As time moved on, their paths continued to intertwine subtly. They were seen attending the same award event, seated apart but exchanging a brief smile that fans immediately noticed. That single glance told a story words couldn't capture, of mutual respect, shared history, and affection that has survived years of change. Then came a touching moment earlier this year, when Yoo Jung was asked about the people who shaped her into who she is today. Without hesitation, she mentioned Bo Gum. She said, "He's someone I'm grateful for. He always showed me what kindness and humility look like." Her eyes softened, her voice calm but sincere, and fans knew, once again, that this bond was far more meaningful than the industry could define. Bo Gum, too, has never missed a chance to speak gently about her. During an overseas fan meet, he was asked what he values most in people. He replied, "Honesty, warmth, and the courage to stay kind, even when it's hard." To longtime fans, that answer reflected everything Kim Yoo Jung stands for. Their connection has become a living example of how love can exist in many forms. Not always romantic, not always dramatic, but steady, enduring, and deeply human. It's the kind of love that brings peace, not chaos. And maybe that's why people are still captivated by them. In an industry often clouded by rumors and fleeting fame, Park Bo Gum and Kim Yoo Jung stand out for their consistency, the way they've grown, supported, and respected each other without losing their individuality. They've taught fans that sometimes the best kind of relationship is the one that simply lasts, the one that doesn't demand attention, yet feels like home every time you return to it. And perhaps that's what makes their story so special. They didn't chase a fairy tale ending. They built something real, a friendship that turned into family, a connection that brings light into each other's lives. As both continue to flourish in their careers, fans can only imagine how many more unseen moments they've shared, quiet messages, warm words, or even silent prayers for each other's happiness. Because at the end of the day, whether fate leads them back into another drama or keeps them walking separate paths, one thing is certain, they'll always be family. Not because of blood or labels, but because they've chosen each other with kindness and care. This is the story of Park Bo Gum and Kim Yoo Jung, two stars who remind us that family isn't just about where you come from, but who stands beside you when the world gets too loud. Theirs is not a love story written for drama scripts or tabloids. It's one written quietly, from the heart. And in that quiet, their bond continues to shine, just like it did from the very beginning.